New video from New York City shows a gang of allegedly women wearing neon green leotards terrorizing victims on the subway. Now, the gang is known as the Green Goblins, and they beat teens at random. The video posted on social media shows the gang tossing around one of the girls and punching the other repeatedly in the face. The New York Post reports the mother of one of those victims has suggested that the state's lax bail reform laws are to blame for attacks like these. And she accused the state's Democrats, including Governor Hochul, of, quote, making these ridiculous laws and letting savages walk the streets with nothing but a slap on the wrist.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and Fox News, an entertainment channel disguised as real reporting, is here to break down the surging crime argument that MAGA GOP members love to hinge everything on. In this video, we see that a group of people are attacking some on a subway. But let's be clear, crime in New York City and other largely populated areas has always been an issue. No one senator or city council member or president is to blame solely for a crime wave.
What have you seen changed?
Well, the quality of life around you on the ground has definitely deteriorated. I want to preface this, though, because when I'm driving a cab 12 hours a day, I want to die. So, maybe I'm not the best guy to come to on violence, I kid. But stick with me. What we've watched as a whole is a society that's let itself go, because we have a lot of progressive policies that have demonstrated more empathy for the criminal than the law-abiding citizen. Think about it this way if you're watching at home. When we were kids, we played a game called Cops and Robbers. And the cops were always the good guys, the robbers were always the bad guys. Okay, in the modern version of Cops and Robbers, we're showing a lot more empathy in the past 2 years for the robbers. Okay, we're letting them out of jail, and we're doing so in the name of what? Protecting minority communities. But when you look at the high rates of criminal recidivism, who are they ultimately harming? Specifically, the minority communities.
The policy that these goons are attacking doesn't even exist. The defunded police myth is just that, a fictional narrative built around bad messaging. Nobody has gone in and swept the floors of all the cops in New York City. That's not how it works. Also, check out that underhanded racism there. That minority communities comment was made with exactly the type of thinking you'd expect from the All Lives Matter groupies. But this myth and all the other boogeymen that the right loves to create are their only card to play on. They don't have real ideas about how to fix crime or reform our justice system. They still are the party that believes that Reefer Madness was a biography. They paint every issue as a problem that some Democrat created, be it 5 years ago or 5 minutes ago. It doesn't matter to them. They are talking heads for the MAGA GOP, and they will do and say anything to blame it on the closest Democrat within shouting distance. Any basic fact-checking or a brief scrub under the surface reveals that this is all big and bold claims that are more than often not aligned with any truth.
Crime is the new education. It was education last year. I still think education is important, but all the polling is showing crime is the reason that Democrats are going to lose in about, 30-something days.
Fox News doesn't deal in truths or nuance. They deal in broad statements that hide more than they explain. And McEnany, with her brief role as press secretary for the Big Orange Baby in Chief, knows that all too well. Guess she got hooked up real quick on the anchor deal, since she knows how to lie right through her teeth for the Trump cult.
Kaylee, how sick of polls are people in New Hampshire right now?
Probably very sick, especially when they see that Donald Trump is number 2 and doesn't deserve to be there.
Okay, what do you think of the Trump excitement? What do you chalk that up?
I appreciate his boldness, and I think some of his rhetoric got the base excited, but it is not welcome rhetoric. But people try to paint him as racist, as sexist, but he benefits from that because people are tired of this politically correct culture where you have to say everything perfectly correct or else you're going to offend an entire segment of society.
Also, don't know if y'all know this, but she used to criticize Trump too. Go figure. If you take anything away from this, know that these people are not journalists. They aren't reporters who delve into the details and nuance of a situation. They are simply pundits for Donald Trump who never got over him losing and will cry about it until the end of time. They'll try to convince you to hate democracy, your identity, and your way of life because they don't like it, and they don't even think for themselves, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.